Okay, well, recorder is on. Here we are. It is. It is. It is now. This is. Look, we've been away for a few weeks. I get rusty very quickly. I am an unprotected metal object in the rain. Very ferrous. And
Oh no, Tin Man.
yes, Tin Man. I need some oil.
He has no heart.
No heart. That everybody knows that. They've seen me run games. They know I don't have any heart. Anyway, yes. We managed to wrap up some things hopefully last time. We didn't we're gonna leave some things sort of a little bit nebulous, I suppose. But previously, you guys had met in a small logging village. Sort of on the eastern edge of the kingdom. And it was there that you took out a group of vampires. Following this, when you returned, you discovered that the inn had been taken over by a specter. Having entered its little sort of dream world, you then defeated the specter, lifting the aura on the inn, and rescuing everybody from going madly insane.
Well, not everybody.
Well, I mean, a ghost died, but the living people are fine.
The main characters are fine.
The main characters are always fine. We're not worried about that. So we got loads of plot armor. We're fine. Yes. So that brings us up to speed on Monsters by Moonlight, which brings us to episode 3, Fish and Murder. Fish and Murder.
We're having breakfast.
Okay,
no.
bring on Cthulhu.
Oh, see, I was thinking that the fish and the birds were going to team up.
It turns
Oh,
out that not
I
only
okay.
see.
By Ian's reaction, I'm wrong.
Well, yes, unfortunately, yeah. That is, it's like whenever I'm like watching a show or reading a book or whatever, and there's always like a mystery. I can usually by just assuming good writing, I can 99% figure out who done it. And much the same way, you could look at your GM and be like, they didn't immediately know what I was talking about. Not gonna be that.
Okay, that officially ruined Broadchurch.
What's that?
Hmm?
What's that?
It's a BBC TV show,
Okay.
but it's a murder mystery.
Uh-huh.
And
I thought the British one was the good one.
the British one, it is good. It is good, and I was watching it, but I was watching it with the Ellises, and we started, and we like watched the first couple episodes, and she's like, "Well, who do you think did it?" And I was like, "Well, it's never the people they're investigating. This guy's in every episode, but they haven't done any investigation on him at all. They haven't thrown any sus on him. I bet it's him." And then I was like, oh, and it kind of makes sense that it's him because he's like connected to everything. And then I was like, damn, I've solved the mystery and now it's ruined.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, like it's like awkward pause where they're like, guess who it is? Because they're expecting you to be wrong, but then you're right. And it was awkward. You just have to.
Yeah, sure, it's totally not that Murray, yeah.
They're like, no, maybe,
I
like,
can't tell you.
out. And I
Well-
was like, oh no.
So then, did you watch the American one? Because I understand they changed who did it in the American one,
I didn't even know there was an American
Yeah,
I
version.
me
didn't know it was
literally with David Tennant. Like, he went and
Why
redid
did
it
do this?
Oh, I
as an
thought that
American
was
one.
the British one.
No, he
No,
he was also
He's in
He
both.
did both of them.
yes. Like
Is
he
it-
reprised. My understanding is he basically reprised his role, but they have one that's the British one that's set in England that's supposed to be the good one, and then they have the one that's set in America that is not.
Well, I dodged that bullet.
But apparently, it is different people who did it in each one.
Is it like
What's that?
it's the
I
same
didn't-
murder mystery?
As I understand, it is broadly the same one, though British culture versus American culture.
Right.
And that who actually did it
Okay.
in each one is
It's called
supposed to
Grace
be.
Point.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
How weird.
There was only one
That's
season compared to
interesting.
the BBC 3. But this game,
This game, yeah.
So we're playing this game.
Yeah, you guys had got a decent sized reward from Victoria Kramer, the head woman of the town. And you guys ended up deciding that, hey, why don't we just go ahead and travel together?
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
why not? You look trustworthy.
Yeah, pretty much. You guys worked pretty well as a team. And so you set out. A bit later. So, a bit later, what are we talking? Probably about a week or so. You guys come to a small fishing town called Skegness. It's sort of on the lake.
Not the one I'm from, right?
Hmm?
No.
No.
I was-
No, we're
How do you
still
spell Skegness?
Skegness.
Okay.
No, you so Grizel would have been from pretty far to the west.
Okay.
So we're still kind of hanging out on the east and everything like such as. See if I can. All right, I don't know. I shouldn't be so worried about my camera. I don't think people paid too much attention to the cameras on these anyway. They're hopefully listening more for the audio. That's what I prefer anyway. Yes, so you come to the town of Skegness. It is a small town on a lake, a fairly decent sized lake. And yes, you've been traveling for a while, and there's no sign of a church here, but there is an inn, apparently by the name of the White Wagon.
Is it the only inn in the town?
Does appear to be so, yes. Doesn't seem like a whole lot of people pass through necessarily. But they do stop over, but yeah.
So, Ian, just for
Yes.
kind of one piece of clarification, like,
Uh-huh.
for our group,
Yes.
any of the towns that you were going to put us in places we've been before, or for us experientially, are these completely new places?
I mean, that's going to be case by case. Sure, eventually we're going to start hitting places that you've been before, yes.
Okay, but this is a completely new town for us.
This should be a completely new town for you, yes.
Oh. Thank you.
Yep. So,
Seems reasonable that we get some rooms. I know you prefer camping, but
Oh no, it's always a lovely experience to go to each of these towns. You learn so much, and you get to meet new people, and it's just always such a welcoming experience.
True.
I'm glad that that's
Ian.
your takeaway. Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah, let's go to the inn.
Okay.
See if we can maybe rent some rooms for the evening and just kind of get to know the town and um, before we move on a little bit. Been traveling for a while.
Do you think they do a lot of fishing on the lake?
I mean, it smells pretty fishy in this town, so I would assume. Do you like fish?
Well, I've never been on the water.
Oh,
Never.
wow.
We should rent a boat then.
We
Go.
should.
Well, it might be.
Yes.
What if it tips?
They won't.
And you can
It's a good
swim.
one.
Yeah. You can swim, can't you?
I mean, I can. I wouldn't want to suddenly have to swim. I'm just.
That's understandable.
It's a little frightening though. All that.
Don't worry. If we tipped, you would be fine. It's fine. So let's go to the inn and we'll find out if we can get some rooms and maybe rent a boat for the afternoon or for tomorrow.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. You know, a little bit of relaxing and a new fun experience.
Sure.
It won't tip. It will be more relaxing than he says it will be.
He's,
He started out saying that it could tip, but they're very sturdy from what I've seen. If we can find, they seem sturdy at least from what I see.
we don't have to bother everyone from their plans just for me. Although that would possibly be fun, assuming you're right and it doesn't.
I mean, maybe his boats that he's seen tip. I mean, there's always a shoddy boat
We
out
do
there.
hear
that-
stories from all the men coming through, all those sailors.
I mean, it also depends on like what's the size of the boat that you're in and things of that nature. If you know, I mean, we could, depending on, um, who we meet. Maybe it might even be simpler to ask if any of the fishermen would take us out on their boats, because if they're larger, even less likely to tip.
Yes, exactly. That would probably be the safer idea.
Oh, well that.
Brenwan's not worried.
Nope.
Can ghosts cross water?
So I need to pull something out from my dog's mouth.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Yeah. Ghosts can cross water.
Oh yes, I do remember. Brenwyn pulled, cutting from falling, stopped him from falling in a creek. So I suppose that's running water. Anyway, that would be good. We wouldn't want her to miss out on a boat ride.
Sure. Right.
All right.
So,
Walk over, go into the inn.
yes, you enter the inn. It is a fairly decent sized inn. There is someone sort of up by the hearth. By the sound of it, you don't think that they are a professional. However, they're not bad, but they're sort of playing an accordion, sort of singing a little jaunty tune. The people are sort of chiming in with. There is a fairly big woman at the bar. On the other side, she's got an apron on. She works here.
Yeah, I was wondering. Thank you for clarifying.
You're welcome.
Big as in muscular or big as in like rotund?
Bit of both.
Okay.
She's probably middle aged. You'd assume.
We
Yeah.
can go up to the counter.
Okay. You head on up to the counter. What can I do for you?
Well, I was hoping that you had some rooms available. Right? Was everybody? Are we comfortable with staying in the inn?
Yeah. And lunch, because I is
And
it food on-
lunch.
We can do that.
Awesome.
And
Mhm.
Oh, we probably want 2 rooms. How many rooms do we need? 2, correct?
I believe 2 would be satisfactory.
Okay,
All right, I can get you 2 rooms next to each other.
great. Thank you.
Unless you prefer to be further apart.
I don't foresee any
No,
problems of that sort.
All right.
no, that's totally fine.
All right. Well, yeah, we should have some food ready soon. So you can take a
What's for
table if
lunch?
you like. You'd think I would be a little bit quicker on the draw than I am, but apparently I am not. Today, roasted rabbit.
That sounds
I'm not
great.
gonna lie, that's not what I expected.
Me neither.
We were expecting fish.
I think I did that to you enough in a past life.
But it's a fishing village. Okay.
I can get you grilled frog if you really want.
Rabbit
Oh.
sounds lovely.
All right.
Yeah. Awesome. So
Oh, look at this. Look at this fish chowder.
there we go. Fish.
There it is. There's the fish.
Yes.
I'll go sit
Is
down.
there a market around? We
Yeah, there's a market.
on the way. If they.
It's just right down this road.
Oh, thank you.
Hmm. Yep, you
So-
can pretty much get any kind of normal sundry you're looking for.
Very nice.
Hmm.
Well, thank you for your assistance.
Certainly.
I'll go join them at the table.
Okay. You join them at the table. And yeah, you yeah. You sit down, you sort of, kind of get everything, sort of waiting for your food to arrive. And
Anything
then-
weird like the last one? I asked Brenwyn.
No? There's the subpar bard over there.
Subpar bard. Seems pretty good to me.
Well, that's quite rude.
It wasn't me. It was her.
Brenwood isn't that rude. You shouldn't blame your rude comments.
It wasn't me. It was her.
He does do that quite frequently.
If I believe he's rude, or if I believe he's terrible, I would tell him. But
Go ahead.
I think he sounds great.
No one believes you.
I believe me.
Doesn't count.
She says it doesn't count. Do you guys believe me? I think he sounds great.
Well, I think he's doing an admirable job.
Yes.
I mean,
Subpar. That's what she said. Psh. What would you know? You're not a
It could
bard.
be better.
Could be better.
they used to have
Bard.
wonderful choirs at the church, though. But you can't expect that sort of thing here. I always used to stand in the back and listen while they were practicing. Well, I suppose it was my job as well. I make sure that nobody caused any trouble, but still, it was pleasant to listen to.
Nice.
Why
Good
would somebody cause trouble?
Don't know. People get upset in cities,
Hmm.
or
Really? I've never seen it.
well, but it's true. You know, sometimes if something bad happens, and well, it's easy to blame God sometimes, and and that's very inaccessible. So you can go yell at the people at the church instead, or possibly maybe that somebody in the church has done something to upset you, and so you just go in there and start yelling, and then I escort them out.
Sounds like this happens often.
Well, not I don't think so, but
Did
But-
people often do things at the
Ah.
church that wound up with people wanting to yell at them?
Yeah, it
Well,
sounds like this is a frequent thing.
well, it's not all the time, but you have to have somebody there, and well, maybe. I mean, I can't really say that nothing bad ever happened to the church. Clearly, some bad things happened. But I'm saying it wasn't an everyday thing, but I was there as part of my job because you never know when somebody's going to be upset. So you can't just call people in on it because they've already, I don't know, started yelling at people. So you have to be prepared.
I mean, given how friendly everyone is in every city I've ever been to, that just makes church sound like an awful place.
It is an awful place. We shouldn't go there. You're
It's
right.
funny.
No, like
It's all
outside
right.
of that, I haven't just had random people just come up and start screaming in my face, or anything like that.
Speaking
I
of,
know. Nice.
right about this time, a
Random men start screaming at you.
not quite. No, well, some of you will know it happens a little bit quickly, but some of you will sort of see this, and Agnes will mostly hear it. Agnes hears the sort of telltale sound of of the hammer being drawn back on a pistol, and then a woman of about 5'6", short dark hair. She's got like a I don't know how to describe it. It's sort of like you got the hat with like the cylinder, the kind of on top, but it's like a wide brim
Pointy
hat.
witchy hat.
Well, it's not pointy. No, it's a flat top, but it comes up and it's sort of like it's
Like a stove
like
pot?
I guess I don't, but it's
stovepipe?
wide brim.
Like
It's like a wide brim.
What?
Oh.
Extreme Abraham Lincoln is what I'm getting.
There you go.
Yeah, are we talking like that very Victorian, like tiny felt top hat that women would wear?
Wide brim, but
Wide brim.
sort of.
Oh.
It's think like maybe around the same size of a fez, but then with a wide brim. This is way too detailed on the hat, but
This is an important. I'm
That's
going
actually
to
what
write
we
down
see.
in my notes. Extreme.
Yeah, we see the hat. We don't see anything else.
like
Okay.
in my head,
Yeah.
I have seen this hat 100 times, and I don't know what it's called.
Okay, you're talking like black church Sunday hat.
Maybe I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's move on. So.
Sorry, I mentioned.
No, it's got a it's fine. It's a wide brimmed hat with kind of a cylindrical kind of thing with a flat top. So maybe if you cut a witch's hat off at the middle, maybe it would be something like that. Let's just leave it there.
Right.
So
Exactly. That's it. Exactly what I was picturing.
I can't look it up because I screwed up the video, but
It's like this big. It's 4 feet wide. That's not what you're describing. I know. I just thought it was hilarious.
okay, that's
I
fine.
need this hat in my life.
It's funny because it's big. It's bigger than a normal hat.
Yes, it's funny because it's big.
Yeah.
Is bigger than a normal hat.
Thank you, Norm Macdonald. So anyway, yes, she's got on very sharp looking dark clothing, very sort of military uniform, and her voice comes out. I'll be needing you to take that collar down for me, ma'am.
Oh. I will turn around. You said she's wearing a military uniform?
Yes, she is a witch hunter.
Oh.
You recognize her as a
it's
witch
quite
hunter.
Is there a
quite
problem?
all right.
It's a
We'll
rather
see in a
rude
minute.
question.
I will.
Mhm.
It's okay. I will unbutton my collar and show her the tattoo.
So, yes, Agnes unbuttons her collar, pulls it down, revealing a pair of blue flame tattoos on her throat. The woman sort of frowns for a second and then puts the gun away. You can return to what you were doing. Just know that we've got a problem in town involving magic, and we're here to solve it. So,
What sort of problem?
there's been a murder.
Today?
No, about 4 days ago. A man was frozen in his house.
Oh dear.
We just got to town, so it wasn't us.
Fair enough, but you might have been here and then went away and come back. But either way, we've checked out the basics. You've got what you need. And, well, I've never heard of one misfunctioning. Malfunctioning? Misfunctioning. I've never heard of one malfunctioning. So, couldn't be you.
No, ma'am. But we will certainly keep an eye out for any magics. Have you a spellcaster of your own?
No, we don't rely on any of that. We're strictly skill based. But we've got quite the track record. In fact, well, no. She will mention. She is Tamara Fate, is the name, and you may have a lore check of appropriate lores.
Appropriate witch hunter lore?
Sure. Yeah.
Witch hunter is not a lore that I.
Spell lore would be fine by me, because as a spell user, knowing certain infamous witch hunters may be a occupational hazard.
Region or historic?
Not historic, but I'll accept region.
So I have spell lore and I rolled a nat 100. Do I roll over on that?
Yes, you would.
You
Okay.
know everything. I got 143 on region lore.
Very good.
I rolled the wrong die. I forgot what game we're playing.
Did your roll
220.
well?
No,
well, good.
no, I got my D20. I completely forgot that's what we're doing. It's been a
I
while.
got a-
It's been
Yeah.
a full while.
It
I
has.
got a 19 on my D20. Not good in
Oh.
Rollmaster. But
Yeah, I was like, well, an 8 isn't gonna do much.
what game was it where I was rolling a D8 when I should not have
Oh
been?
yeah.
I was
Oh.
rolling D10s.
I remember
and
that.
it's like, why do you suck so much, Audrey? And I'm like, oh, it's because I'm literally rolling the wrong die.
I remember that.
Was it like vampire or something? Were you?
It was something, I don't know.
Because
but
I can't think
I
of too
just
many other
remember-
D10s that we've played.
It was just like, it was so far into the game, and I'm like, this is why I can't roll for anything. It's because I cannot possibly roll well.
I vaguely remember being like, at some point being like, I don't think it's possible if you to have rolled this bad for this long.
I mean, I don't think it would have triggered anybody's suspicions, because that's pretty bad dice karma.
Yeah, I have a 97 in region lord.
Not bad at all.
106 spell lore.
Okay.
137 in spell lore.
Wow, you guys like literally all know about this person.
Yeah. 220. I know more about them than they do.
320. Nice.
He can
No.
see
You
her
actually
soul.
You know,
Yes,
You know- Number and everything.
Tamara Fate is well known among the magical community as a particularly ruthless witch hunter. No one knows exactly why, but she's got a beef with spellcasters and will take delight in any chance she gets to summarily execute one. She plays it by the book, but
All right.
well, we might. We're going to have lunch here, but I'd be happy to take a look around the town and see if there's any residual magics. I'm quite good at looking for those things.
If you wish. It won't be a, it would be pro bono. We don't exactly have much budget going around. But, yes, if you wish to be involved, that's fine.
Well, I wish you luck.
She nods and walks back over to a table. At the table there's two gentlemen, both wearing very similar uniforms. One particularly tall, lanky man, who's got, you can see, a pair of axes sort of tucked into his belt. And then there is sort of a shorter, stout man, who has like a recurve bow lying up against a wall.
Are their names Jasper and Horace?
No, and they're not Vandemar and Kroop either.
Oh, okay.
But
Those also aren't.
huh?
I'm talking to the dog.
Okay, all right.
The more things the dog is not allowed to eat.
Gotcha.
Basically, yes.
All right, so you may continue.
So quick question.
Yes.
Would I know the basics of how spells are detected being cast?
Sure, yeah. Theoretically, anyone can learn it. Learn the how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Game wise, it's a skill called power perception.
Okay.
In universe, you can kind of shorthand it to kind of the Dresden model a bit, where you're sort of you sort of take a bit, focus yourself, open a magical awareness, and sort of take in the energies around you. Now, unlike Dresden, you don't have to worry about being permanently psychically scarred, so that's good. But it also doesn't let you see through illusions and all kind of other fun benefits. So,
Okay.
yeah, your pros and your
something
cons.
you have to actively trying to do, like detecting magic, to pinpoint it. Okay.
Yeah, generally speaking. Now, just sort of as an aside, technically, Kieran's he's weird. He actually can see energy. He has energy sight. Okay. So if there are, he actually can passively see certain kinds of energies. It's not as helpful as straight up power perception, but as a passive mode, it's not bad.
Okay, so to tell if someone is trying to do a power perception, how do I do that? Do I also do a power perception to see if they're doing power perception?
It's not really possible. If you just physically observe someone, though, there's a level of intense concentration, and there's usually an almost meditative pre-state. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So could I make a perception roll to see if anyone in the room is doing a power perception?
Sure.
Okay. Because I want to do something, but I don't want to get in trouble for
it. As a slight side note, Ian.
Yes.
I don't know that Kieran necessarily realizes other people can't see magic.
Sure. So he might not warn anybody.
So he may not have, unless there's been overt magic where, in the past few weeks that we've been together, I might probably wouldn't have mentioned it.
No, that was just a simple player aside. That was not meant to be a in character.
That's fair enough.
But it's good. It's a good thing to remind everybody that, hey, this is OC. So
here's that are magic and don't have the rune to show that we are. I rolled 133 for perception.
You take a good keen look around the room. doesn't look like there's any. Well, first of all, most people in this room don't. I mean, they're just kicking back drinks and doing whatever.
Mm.
The group of witch hunters, well, they're a bit sour looking, but they don't look like they're particularly, you know, they're not. They don't seem to be actively searching or anything like
Okay.
that.
Then I am going to do a level 2 spell
Okay.
on the witch hunter.
Alright.
The one that was on us.
Sure.
It's study paths.
Okay. What does that do?
When the spell is cast on a person, it remains active for 24 hours after the 24 hours has passed. But before another 24 hours has passed, the caster must cast the spell again on the same person. During the time the spell is active, it is recording information concerning the activities of the target. When the spell is cast on a second time, the information about those activities is revealed to the caster.
So it's a bug spell?
Yes.
Okay.
Trying to bug her?
Yeah, pretty much.
So go ahead and give me a roll. You're doing this a bit on the sly. Mentalism, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But just give me just straight roll, just D100.
Okay, what's the rollover?
To
Is it
96 or more.
Dang it, 95. Dang it. Okay.
Okay. That's
Oh,
well
man.
enough. You're fine.
Okay. That's without anything. That was just my
yeah,
straight roll.
That's all you need.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was really hoping that 96
I mean,
was straight.
you do cast the spell. It's difficult to know if it's stuck, but you feel confident. You've cast it. You've done it well on the sly. So, which it can be difficult to do something purely mental, but you seem to have done it. So.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, yeah, you you put a tracker on her magically.
So, in character,
Yes.
have we ever seen these tattoos of Agnes before?
Agnes, that's up to you.
Have any idea that you had those?
I knew about it. I don't know if I saw it.
I mean,
I've
like,
seen them.
you know, especially like the three of us who are newer to being with you.
Yes. The three of you. Probably not. She doesn't. She's always wearing a fairly high collar to hide them, but she's not like, oh God. If you know what I mean, like it's not. It's mostly something she's not advertising. I don't know if. Very possible while we were camping, you would have seen them. Whether or not you would have asked about them, or thought of them as something that you would ask about.
Probably not.
You might have thought, wow, she's more badass than I thought.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, she's all tatted up.
Yeah,
Tattoos. Like,
that'd
I
actually
don't
be
know.
more my question. Do we understand the significance of them?
I mean, for
It depends on our background, right?
yeah, it would mostly
Yeah.
depend on your backgrounds, and for wait, what?
You would know.
What the heck?
or
Have I done
Giselle
this
would
thing
know.
twice? What?
What?
What's going on?
I apparently rebuilt the XP chart several times because I just looked at the one. I was gonna take a look at this XP chart to make sure I remembered. Now I finally remembered it's Levi. I was trying to call him Liam, but I didn't want to actually say that if it was wrong, and I just did. But then I looked over at the names on this. The names are Shatar, Ming, Zaz, Will, Elena,
Nice.
and Katrina. So, I apparently made the XP sheet twice. Oops. Let me
Gadriel.
see if I can find the other XP. What's funny is I called that one XP figurine sheet, and I was convinced that was
The current one.
yeah. I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely it.
Nope.
So no, that was not it. So, I might just need to use this just to keep track of things for now, and then we'll just put it over to the right one later. All right. So anyway, yes. For Levi and Kieran, probably not. You probably don't understand the significance. Bronwyn might. Up to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, Grizel and Eric would both know.
Okay. What was with the tattoos then? What's going on? Why was she coming at you?
Oh, well, these are the tattoos, she says while she's buttoning her collar back up. They're required by law if you practice magic. And they'll change color if you break the laws.
Change color if you break the laws? What laws?
The laws of magic. So you, for example, it's mostly to protect people so you don't hurt them. So you mustn't kill somebody using magic.
What if they're trying to hurt you?
That was what I was thinking.
I have a gun.
A very sensible thing to have.
Okay.
In game, I'm going, that seems redundant. Adam, though, is going, how very Dresden of you.
The thing is, it's even if you are being attacked, you're expected to maintain a certain control over the situation. I mean, I've been blessed with quite a bit of education, and I should be able to think my way out of a problem like that. And as you said, it's very uncommon for people to just randomly attack you.
That's just his opinion.
It doesn't count with monsters. As we experienced in the other town, we did kill several vampires, and as you can see, the tattoos are still blue.
So do they change color forever if you kill somebody?
Oh yes, it's
All
quite.
right. What's the definition of monster? What if they're technically human, but they kill people all the time and eat them? Is that a monster?
Then they are human.
So that's not a monster. That sounds like a
not,
monster.
It's not a discerning spell. It follow the rules.
What about what about a werewolf? What about a werewolf when they're in human form? Are they a monster or they are human? Does it know if it's a monster or human when they're in human form? Because theoretically they're monster the whole time,
And
but
they're still a werewolf.
also can't really tell that they're not human.
They're still a werewolf, even if they're not.
Okay. I mean,
And
I would agree with that too. So I guess I'm on board with your tattoos. Just because you look fleshy doesn't mean there's not a big monster underneath, you know.
I suppose so.
Wow, deep thoughts with Levi.
Levi's
I'm a little curious about the intricacies of this tattoo now.
Yeah.
Is it a mental thing where if you think they're a monster, it won't change? Or is it just if it detects that you killed some monster or a human?
There is one person who knows exactly how it works. And her name is Jessamine Trepp. The woman who developed it and the head of the Coven of Light.
Is it Jessamine?
Jessamine, yes.
Trepp?
Jessamine Trepp.
Is that with 2 P's?
It is okay. Thank you. I was gonna have to dig deep into the notes. She's not supposed to be in this episode.
But she will be in that.
If Eric is taking notes, I'm here to say that Agnes can spell it for you.
Okay.
Fair enough. I mean, you probably would. I probably know this already. This is more
Yeah,
for
you do.
player knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was curious.
Oh, I
Mhm.
guess that's probably shouldn't write it down if I don't know. Oh well.
Uh,
There are
Alright.
other rules as well. You're not allowed to raise the dead, for example,
Oh, raise the dead.
or create counterfeit money. As you can imagine, that would be bad.
Hmm.
Invade people's mind. Very cruel things usually. So, they're typically quite easy to obey. Although I've seen some unfortunate consequences with mistakes, and that's why it's best for people to go to school, is to make sure that you can learn particularly elemental magics in a controlled environment.
But if you're going to blast a monster and then some dumb human runs in the way and just gets like the full shock of your I don't know, lightning blast and just like burns them to the crisp. Is that you killed the person or was that their negligence and on them?
No, it would be on you and you would be executed. Which is why it's very important when you learn these
I
magic.
don't
Oh,
do
so
anything, but if I
the
do.
Think before you fire.
you get
Fire.
executed.
Then you just have to burn everyone else. When they come to execute you, just be like, well, it was an accident and now it's on purpose.
You should stick to the axes.
Brendan's upset at me because I'm talking about this too much. Axes work really well to kill everyone and everything too.
You'd be surprised what that'll kill.
You'd be surprised what an axe to the face will kill.
Well,
You don't
it is my intention to hopefully never make a mistake like that.
All right, well, just saying, I'm here for you. If anything happens, whatever. I don't tell secrets or whatever. So
Embroider that on a pillow.
I believe
Yeah.
that was quite
someone
kind,
dies,
although it's a little frightening.
and Kieran too, right? Kieran, you're never like telling the bad stuff. Whatever happens, it's all sunshine and rainbows. I think he might not be there. Oh no, he's not frozen.
Adam's responding. Kieran stays silent. Just keeps his eyes down.
Gotcha.
All right.
Well, that's
So, and not in like I'm actively avoiding what you just said. Like you talk to him and he doesn't move.
I kind of just snap in front of his
well, you
eyes, snap in front of his
frightened
face real quick.
him. Poor thing. Nobody's going to raise the dead, Kieran. I promise.
Can I like just look around real quick with
Sure.
perception? Make sure I don't think there's anything really wrong.
Okay, sure.
Oh, that's really low. 111.
No, yeah, everything seems normal and bar-like.
All right.
Everything kind of went back to normal when she put the gun away.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, you know, interesting stuff. I did not realize there were random people who were going to walk up behind you with a gun. So, I guess that's a new fun experience that we have to be ready for.
Well, just don't do magic in public. To kill someone seems.
All right.
Excellent advice. It's really best to perform magic in a controlled environment.
Okay.
Real quick.
But we
Adam,
might in.
you didn't send me any messages, did you?
Yes, it did.
I'll be right back.
I used Discord.
He doesn't want to bring anything up because he has a video player going.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so he usually doesn't bring anything up whenever we post things
Okay.
on Discord. Just as a heads up.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. It wasn't on the team one. Oops.
That's cool.
I did snap in front of your face whenever you didn't respond. I don't know if that mattered at all, but
Nope.
just checking.
I feel like after a week, are we like generally used to like the weirdness around
How
that
used to this
period?
weirdness are you?
I mean, Grizel personally is like every time he's like, "Oh, this is a really pleasant place," I'm just like, "Sure,
Sure.
that's fair."
Whatever you
He's a
say,
terrible judge of character, but okay.
Yeah, he's like, "Okay." I mean, you just get. I feel like she's at this point used to it. I don't know about anyone else.
I mean, you're like, oh,
Point out if the
I then tried
conversation
to ask
does.
questions, it didn't work. So
I'd point out
yeah.
if the conversation does lull, Kieran kind of looks up. So, did anyone check in on the boats yet?
we didn't have dinner yet. I don't believe, or are we? Oh,
I think
our
we're
dinner,
having
our
dinner.
food came. Okay.
I think we're
Yeah,
having
not yet.
dinner.
We're still waiting for food.
Don't know
Yeah.
what time of day is it, by the way.
We should probably. I
Lunchtime?
mean,
Oh, maybe lunch. Yeah, we keep switching lunch and dinner.
that's fair. If it's lunch, they'll probably be coming in later. So I guess probably about dinner would be the best time to ask.
Well, we've recently heard that there's been some trouble with a magic user, and we were discussing maybe looking into that so we don't get out over the water and then have fireballs shot at us. Although if somebody was turned to ice, that is a particular field of magic, so they might not know about fireballs.
Kind of just nod, like,
Concerned about
yeah.
an ice flow.
I mean,
Nobody wants to suddenly run into an iceberg. That would be quite.
oh,
Do you have like a melting potion? I mean, melting spell that you could use against something like that?
I do actually.
Oh, there you go.
Still, it would take some time. Actually, I could melt some ice if it comes to it.
Well, there we go.
Um,
That was easy.
still, it seems dangerous. I'm just saying, maybe we'll look about and see if we can find this errant spellcaster, and then go sailing, or maybe, unless everybody really wants to go sailing, I don't know.
well, you had said you really wanted to try. Um, guess we could help out though and look for magic. Odd choice, but sure.
Well, the woman over there, I don't know if you. That's Tamara Fate. If you.
Oh, your friend. Yeah, she came and talked to you.
Yeah, but well, we're not quite friends. But she's quite good at hunting down magic users, and she says she's looking for somebody who's done some very bad things using magic. So.
Oh, that's terrible.
Exactly. Anyway, like I said, I'm sure she's very good at her job, but you might want to give her her space.
Okay.
So what would she do if you do magic without the tattoos?
Burn you for being a witch.
Oh. So that's what a witch is, huh?
Seeing the gun, she'd probably shoot you for being a witch first.
It is a bit quicker.
That's better. Believe me, you want to die fast.
Oh no!
Being shot is better than being burned. Were you burned?
No,
Oh.
stabbed.
Stabbed. Right. Wasn't shot or burned.
No.
She was stabbed. Was it quick?
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that a weird thing to ask somebody who's dead? Like,
Yes.
hey, what was your death? Did it feel all right?
No, it didn't feel all right. It was
She
dead.
said no. She said it was dead.
I mean, it sounds like a terrible. I'm
Sounds
so
good.
sorry. I didn't know that was.
Sorry about that. I mean, anyway. Don't get burned at the stake, right?
Well, I can't, but
Oh, well, that's true.
you should
So
either
she could
one.
be a witch, but still not get burned.
I'm not a witch.
I didn't say you were a witch. I
never
just said you
was a
could be a witch.
But
I
I'm
don't
not.
think they
never
accept
would.
ghosts at
Never
the
would.
school, to be honest.
Speaking this much of witches, are they looking over at all?
Yeah.
We do seem to talk loudly.
No,
But-
you're fine.
Here's
Also-
the real
Curious, just
question.
curious.
I know that this did not fit this game, but Robin, you had the perfect opportunity to say, "I'm not a witch. I'm your wife."
But I'm not. Is what-
I do
His
believe
wife, I'm a witch.
I do believe that was Andy's ringtone for her for a while.
It
Yeah.
was, and I was mad about it.
Yeah.
Did
That's
that.
right. Recorded it from the movie.
Yeah,
Back when you
I
recorded
couldn't
it.
understand anything else.
No.
it's a great movie, but
Back when people had custom ringtones. It was weird. Yeah, but anyway.
yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe after lunch we can mosey around and see what we can see and try to charter a boat and look and see if we can see any bad magic users out there who are witches.
Mhm.
Are they still a witch if they're a man?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
alright. Man or woman?
One typically uses the term warlock, but sure. They're effectively the same thing.
Yes. They're traditionally called warlocks, but
So raising the dead.
same.
No, don't do that.
No, you mustn't raise the dead.
What about talking to the dead? It's, hanging out with dead all the time.
Oh, because we do that.
All the time.
Yes, but you didn't raise the dead. You didn't.
I mean, as far as I know, I didn't. I don't know. I was there, and then she appeared.
Yeah, but
Out of
Levi,
character, the dead raised
Let
him.
me
if you
Right, get that out of my head.
Levi, let me emphasize you did not raise the dead, and we're going to stay with that story.
All right, perfect.
Very
I
good.
believe it if you believe it.
you didn't do anything.
I don't know what I do.
I saved you. You were a helpless child.
I was not.
Yes.
As an out of character, and do witch hunters care about ghosts?
Witch hunters will get involved in any number of things, but usually it'll just, they go about their business of doing their thing, keeping people safe from magic, and if they do need to sidestep into general monster hunting, they will. But they're a specialized unit.
Mm-hmm.
Magic.
Are ghosts like monsters or no?
They would count as monsters.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming homunculi would also count as monsters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have 2 months.
cool.
Party.
What a cool little group we all have here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
now that I think about it, you well, no, because Dante's still pulling up a chair at the table, but so see, you've like 4 chairs at the table, you're good, but no, not really. Yeah, so heading out from the inn then as you wrap up your lunch.
Yes.
Okay. Where are you gonna head down to the market? Are you gonna head down to the docks? What do you want to do?
Let's go to the market first, because it's like early afternoon, right?
Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
early afternoon. Why don't we go to the market?
Do we have any leads on this murder?
Technically, you don't even know who was murdered.
Okay.
However, it's a small town. I bet you somebody does.
It seems rude to go around asking.
It'd be
Hey,
weird if nobody knew.
Look, this is what
Who's murdered?
every role playing game, at least every role playing game that I ever run, starts out, and it's all fun and games. And then next thing you know, it's murder investigation time, and you're all just like walking around town, strutting around with your glass full of brandy, going like, "Excuse me, have you seen someone get murdered?" That's just every game we ever do. So.
Just go to someone. Have you seen a murder?
I wasn't planning on doing that. I was planning on
Sure.
doing
You're going to go magic snooping.
I'm magic snoop.
Okay.
Magic snooping.
Due to a series of, I took a bunch of the wrong spells, but I used them. Because I'm leading into it. I took a bunch of detecting ways, and then you're like, as a GM, I don't care about detecting ways, but we're gonna do this thing anywho.
Okay, what you doing?
Detecting.
Detecting ways. Well, it's just a more powerful, perception, I think. And I've got an increased radius. So.
What level is this spell?
Detect Essence is just level 1.
Okay.
And then I'll increase the radius, so it's 8.
Oh, 8, okay. Right.
Oh no, the radius is 7, level 7.
Okay.
It's a double.
Wait, so it's a level 7 and a level 1, or is it just level 7?
Yeah. It's a level 7 and a level 1.
Oh, well, that's fine then. That's
doing
okay. So that's
I'm
8
doing-
levels of spells. We're good.
8 levels of spells is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So you cast a wide net with your specialized spell. I was gonna launch into some some color, then realize that there's nothing that I could go into that Mr. Butcher hasn't already done. So let's just move on from that. So you cast your spell and you sort of move around town. You're looking for essence essence magic, residuals thereof. Does detect essence give any kind of indication of how long ago residual it'll pick up?
It's looking for active spells or items that.
So you do this and you walk around town and you don't ping anything.
Okay. Fair enough. So if I could walk around, I'll head back to the market.
Okay.
And before I get there, I'm gonna cast level 5 spell. It's a detect invisible.
All right.
Just out of curiosity.
Sure. You detect invisible.
We're murdering people. I'm invisible.
Yeah. You cast detect invisible, and looks like everything is visible. So that's plus.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. At least in the market, looks like everything is visible.
I like that caveat. At least in the market.
I mean, you can't see everywhere. That's just
fair.
So.
Okay.
Everything is visible except
The
the
market-
stuff that's out of your vision.
The market, well, yeah, yes.
Usually how that works.
Everything is visible. You see everyone's underpants.
It's.
Would that be great? You cast see invisibility, and then the king walks by, and everyone else is covering their eyes, and you're like, what?
I guess.
Anyway.
I cast
You
enforced
misunderstood
modesty.
that parable, Ian.
What? No. It's just you have to think about it. The Emperor's new clothes, they're actually invisible. So if you can see invisibility, you see the invisible clothes that he's wearing, but everyone else doesn't see them, so they see he's naked, so they cover their eyes.
That's what I'm saying. I think you misunderstood that parable.
No, I get it entirely, but I'm doing a joke. So I did my joke. So
Adam rejects your joke.
it happens a
think it'd be
lot.
I think it'd be funnier if
Everyone's
no
like,
one was
"Oh,
aware of the
premise
king, and the
premise
king
for
was
joke."
actually, like,
Boom! Giant book of why your joke premise doesn't work. So
I don't know. I think it'd be funnier if the king was actually invisible but also naked, and then like she's the only one that saw the naked king walking around.
anyway,
The king has no clothes and also is invisible. The king's like, dude, I'm trying to sneak back to my room. What are you doing?
The royal walk of shame.
look,
The royal
look.
walk of shame.
Sometimes you run out of clothes. It's laundry day. Invisibility spells are just as good. I don't what.
Mystery Man, Invisible Boy or whatever his name was, could only be invisible when he was naked.
That's true.
Yes.
Looking at him.
That's true.
Isn't that the best superpower ever?
It was
Actually, wait, no, wasn't it that it only worked when no one was looking,
Exactly.
and then it happened when his clothes fell off. Like that was unintentional, I thought.
They didn't fall off, but the clothes wouldn't go invisible.
Okay. All right.
He had to take
yeah,
off
he took the clothes off.
I seem to remember. I just.
And then don't look at him.
Okay, okay, sure. I don't, it's been a long time since we've all seen Mystery
Well,
Man.
they didn't
I'm probably
show
misremembering something.
him taking the clothing off because he always insisted that nobody look at him while he was doing
I
it.
just remember a set of clothes hitting the ground, and for some reason, I had in my head it was that it unintentionally fell off. But I guess I misread the situation. Anyway,
This game.
this
No
game.
invisible kings. Nothing invisible in the market.
No.
All right.
Nothing invisible that we can see.
All right.
Which is typical.
So what's for sale in this market? Like, what's the general premise of the market?
There is a
Everything,
decent
or-
amount of things for sale. There is a blacksmith who has some things on offer. There is a cooper, and for most of these, there's sort of storefronts, out into the sort of general market area. There is also a grocer, general sort of normal stuff people would need on a given day.
Is there a person who sells herbs?
No, there is actually
Okay.
no herbalist currently vending.
Okay.
How about some fishing gear, poles, and
Sure.
hooks? I'm gonna head that way then.
Okay. So it's sort of in the area of the market that's sort of more toward the dock. Docks, plural. Yeah, I know. We'll get to you eventually. And I don't understand him. He's the cat. He's just he doesn't like to eat in like a single go. He likes to do it very, very small bits over a long period of time. And in that intervening long period of time, his food gets stale, and then he doesn't want to eat it. So I have to like constantly change food. Anyway. Yes. Yeah, there is a sort of older man, sort of big beard, sort of sat on a bucket, and there's sort of a little cart with hello.
Excuse me, I'm looking to buy some gear to go fishing. I have a friend who's never been on a boat and never fished, and so I'd like to get a rod that I could.
Rod. Okay, not nets then.
No, we're nothing big. Just casual, trying it out for personal fun.
Sure, of course. He sort of leans over, tries very hard not to get up off of his bucket. Sort of leans over and reaches, and he grabs a pair of rods. These should do you.
Oh, great! Thank you.
Happy to sell them on for about $1 gold for the bear?
Okay, that sounds good to me.
All right.
And I hand him one.
Do we need any bait with that?
Yeah. I'm not familiar with the area, so it's probably easier to just buy some bait than try to
Certainly.
find some of my own.
Yeah, he can sell you on some bait.
Okay, great. All right.
Sort of like a little coarse papery sort of sack with with some bait in it. It's like that's not too detailed actually.
Whatever that means.
Second I start thinking about bugs, I'm never gonna want to drink again. So,
Yeah.
I start imagining my can is full of bugs.
Oh.
Yeah, it's horrible. My existence is pure pain. So,
So, General Bait.
general bait. Yeah.
Also, how
You'd think he would be an admiral, honestly, but no, he's a no. Sorry.
how is the money working? Because we got money from turning in the vampires.
It's true.
Have general money or
Sure, you could. So as far as what you have left, say out of your reserves, from your not from your reserves, from the reward money, say 20 apiece, 20 gold
Okay.
apiece.
So we're not doing like a party fund.
You could certainly choose to set some aside if you wish. But
I wouldn't be carrying any of my money, so whichever you two wants to hold that. Not sure which one would make more
You
sense.
want to hold?
Wait, I'll hold. Wait, you don't. I'll hold your money.
Yeah, you can hold my money on. Yeah.
Okay. How much do you have?
I guess it would just be the 20,
Okay.
unless you paid me anything, which I don't think you would.
Slave labor.
room and board.
Yeah.
I
like,
mean, if you're
That's
genuinely
included
helping
in
me, I'll
slave
pay
labor.
you. I'll pay you. This is a very complicated thing where you make a slave basically, but it's a real person. Now, what do you do?
But it's
That was
Yeah.
really the moral crux of Pinocchio, really, when it comes down to it.
Well, there we go. I mean, I'll put 20, but I mean, I assume I would pay you if you were.
in general, if I got any money, I would probably spend it on herbs.
Fair. You did start off with a big pile of herbs,
Yeah.
so.
Can we just assume that there is like a fund going to like our business, basically?
great.
Yeah, business.
we need to use it to buy the t-shirts, you know.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So I give him the gold.
Sure.
Look at these rods. These are so great.
Yeah.
She's gonna be excited. You're not excited. Have you ever been fishing?
No.
You're missing out. You should get like a ghost fishing pole. Can you catch ghost fish? That would be cool.
I don't think there are any ghost fish.
There's ghost people. Why wouldn't there be ghost fish?
Why would there be ghost fish? Do fish have souls?
I don't know.
There are no ghost fish.
You're missing out.
Maybe I can go in the water and scare the fish towards the boat.
That's a good idea. You get like gobs of fish. You could be the.
Then why didn't you get a net?
I don't know.
You said you wanted to be casual.
Yeah. I don't need a net. I don't want fish. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
carry fish around. You know how stinky that would get really fast.
Well, I can't smell it, so.
Oh. Yeah.
But that vision was really cool because I got to smell all the delicious food. Oh, it was so nice to be able to smell after all those years.
Well. Rotten fish. Next time you can smell, let me know. I'll get some rotten fish.
No, thank you.
All right. So I head back to try to find everybody.
Okay.
Agnes is wandering around, giving everything a very serious glare.
Oh, okay.
I'll probably just be walking around with Grizel.
Yeah. I don't know where we want to go, but
I mean, how's the group off on like food and stuff like that? Like, I'm not sure if like we're keeping track of that or not.
We're not really keeping much track of that now.
Okay. Then we'll maybe just do general shopping just to say that we
Yeah,
did it.
that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Generally speaking, with this game in particular, I'm not really going to be tracking things like that. We are sort of glossing over a lot of the more tedious notes that would be in a typical, RPG, in favor for getting closer to the drama faster.
So basically, what we're doing is we're putting the groceries away, but we never got them in scene.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of bad movies where they actually bother to go do all of the grocery shopping and show you it in every tedious detail. And
Unless
yeah,
there's a
it's
scene
not
in
good.
the grocery store, but
Oh, there's no actual scene. It's just sort of people doing normal shopping, and then you see their entire commute back home.
Well,
So-
otherwise, you might wonder where all that food came from.
It's true. Where did that come from? Did they go
I
shopping?
mean, is
If
there
they
at
did,
least like
Huh?
character stuff during all of that?
No, Ian watches exclusively riff tracks where
That's
they
fair. That
have
is true.
those things.
that is largely what I watch. Yes. Look, when I'm watching something, I'm usually doing something, and that means I want to have the least amount of investment in what I'm watching as possible. So, so yeah, I don't watch anything that's not garbage.
You want to distract yourself with good movies.
No, because then I would be mad because I wouldn't understand what's going on, because I was too busy doing something else, like running a dungeon or something. Anyway, yes. So you pull your stuff together. You've gone a little bit of shopping. There are a few other things around. Was there any sort of chit chat you would like to have during these periods as you're interacting with various shop owners, or are you happy to just sort of breeze over the mundane?
I'll make a comment about
Sure.
about Summer of Fate being in town and see if anybody's got a reaction to that.
The grocer. Oh yes, yeah. Bit of a business there, isn't it? Old Dario. Ugh.
Was that who was frozen? I heard.
Yeah. He was a drunk. He was a halfway decent fisherman who sold me fish at a fairly low price, so did business with him. Never liked him, honestly. But still, they say his apprentice went missing. Everyone assumes it was possibly him, but I don't know. 12-year-old boy like that.
Was he magically inclined?
I don't think he was much inclined to much of anything. From what I hear, he wasn't very much inclined to fishing either, but, being an orphan, you take what work you can get.
That seems true. Well,
No, the only person around here who anybody thinks is, magic is, oh shoot. Old crone Heinrich, out past the edge of town. She sells herbs here about once a week.
oh,
She's a harmless old sort, though.
what was the boy's name again? Maybe we'll run into him while we're on the road.
Mathis Blue.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for him. It's possible he saw what happened and simply ran away.
Entirely possible.
Hopefully, it's resolved quickly.
Yeah, it would be nice to have, that sort of spectre lifted from the village.
I kind of lean over to Agnes and like whisper real quick. Where did Dario live?
Um, that does. I was hoping maybe to do a little looking around and see if I could find who did it. I've been trained in magic
Oh.
myself, but
Whoa.
legally. So, I was hoping to help resolve it quickly. Could you tell me where he lived? The old guy.
Yeah, he had a hut, sort of. If you look down, sort of the west end of town, not too far off from the docks, just on the other side. It's kind of a rundown shack, honestly.
Would people mind if we took a look at it?
I don't think so. Not like he had anything of worth in there. No family that we know of either to come checking. So.
And was Mathis living with him as his apprentice?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, we might go take a look and see. I haven't seen anything around town, so it's probably likely that whatever happened, the person's run along as you would expect after such a crime.
Very well could be.
Well, they're lovely vegetables. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for business. All right, so you guys head over to Dario's shack.
Yeah, on the way over there,
Sure.
I would tell whoever's with us. I'm not sure who all is with us right now, if everyone's there or not.
I would assume everyone is with you,
I
but
feel like we'll meet up with
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah,
There we
that makes
go.
sense.
As they come out of that the grocery store, Agnes, I got you a fishing pole, and I hand it to
Oh.
her. We're going fishing later when we get on a boat. It's gonna be fun. Don't worry.
Oh. Well, I've never gone fishing before.
You're gonna love it. It's gonna be
That's
so much
very
fun.
Well, okay then. I'll trust you on that. Do know how to have fun, Levi. I'll give you that for certain.
I appreciate that they bonded through terrible experiences.
That's right.
This goes so optimistic.
On the
Well,
way
we
to...
found where the dead
Good.
man lived. Do you
Good.
think we should do that first?
Oh, that sounds like a great plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, I just wanted to check in. Grizel, Kieran, anything?
I mean, that was kind of
Okay.
everything we got from the grocery store
Okay.
shop owner.
Okay.
For mine.
Yeah, I probably would have gone with food shopping. So
Okay, I just wanted to check before we go ahead and move on.
fine.
So
How late
yeah.
are we planning on going? Because we've got a soccer game in the morning.
we can wrap here then. I was just gonna get into the shack a bit, but we can just wrap here. That way you can take the entire place in and do the crime scene stuff.
Can I say before I
Yes,
forget?
you can say.
Okay. On the way to the shack,
Yes.
I do mention that I put a bug on camera.
Okay.
All right.
Putting that out there.
You put a. You better write that on your character sheet because you're gonna forget it.
I am actually writing it down as well. So, but do
How long would that
do
last?
it.
Is it last again?
Eric. What if she'd caught you?
She didn't.
Yes. But she's a very dangerous woman.
Who's probably hiding something.
True.
Why would she?
Oh, don't talk about Agnes's friend that way.
She's not my friend. We've never met.
I'm just impressed. I didn't know you could do something like that, Eric.
Don't encourage him.
Oh dear.
He's going to get himself killed again. We can just put him in smaller and smaller teapots.
Can you do that?
No. Can you?
Wait, what?
I said no, you can't. But then I asked you if you could.
No. Can you?
In teapots?
Well, not.
That's not how
I
it
don't
works.
know how it works.
Well, it's certainly
Sorry,
not.
Eric.
thinking
You
about
don't look like a teapot.
Great ending. That's great.
Yes, that was fantastic. Okay, guys, thank you so much. We'll be back for part 2 soon.